everyone. This is Amy and Andy, and we're here today with Ken Pak of Ken Pak Photography. Ken is a legend of a wedding photographer and photography educator worldwide, so we're super stoked to have you, Ken. Let us know where you're watching live from. Hit up the comments, say hi to Ken, ask Ken any questions that you have. Today we're going to be talking about how I shot it with Ken Pak, 6 tips for mastering light. So Ken's tips are 1, look for reflections, 2, shutter drag, 3, get your flash off camera, 4, gel, 5, freeze motion, freeze movement, and 6, backlight.
Awesome. Hey Ken, how are you doing?
Good. How you doing?
We're good.
Good.
So awesome to have you on here. We love you.
Yeah, I'm so honored to be sharing this amazing moment with you guys
Thank
or
you.
through SLR Lounge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're really excited to have Ken here today. He's a very busy guy and also in the midst of moving, so taking time to do this is just
Sorry
fantastic.
about this, Ken. It's not pretty, but no, I'm doing my best. Yes.
We're actually covering an outlet with that plant back there, so that's why that plant's actually there. So
Yeah.
so we're going to talk about how you have mastered light, and we're going to look at a couple of your awesome wedding photographs. And then at the end, stick around for that because Ken's going to do a couple little demos with his model for us. So
Woohoo!
it's going to be really rad. So we're going to go ahead and do a screen share here, and we're going to get right into Ken's tips and his photographs.
All right.
So here is the first photograph that Ken has shared with us, and we are going to talk about how Ken loves to look for reflections, so have at it.
Okay. So starting with the those two faces with the alien and giraffe mask.
Oh yeah, I actually clicked on the wrong one there, so hold on, it's going to catch up.
Okay.
Stay on that one.
Or reflection.
Yeah, reflection, there you go.
Okay. Cool.
Got it?
Yeah. So every wedding we go, especially during the getting ready moment, we have a lot of time to play with the positioning the subject in the composition or finding something really quirky or something very creative. But it's really hard to see what it is. But with the help of flash, using it off camera, you can actually see it without even visualizing it. Well, if you can visualize it, you can just like capture and when you see the results, it can blow your mind. Even like every time I take photos, I get to be blown by my ideas. It's really hard to see what's there, but once you play with the flash, this is the results you get. So for this instance, the bride was getting her makeup done in the hotel room, which was kind of like darker than outside. So you can really see the reflection of her face off of the window because outside is brighter. But it was not that bright compared to our normal days. So it was like overcast condition, which gave me a little hint, where I can maybe play with the flash. So while she was getting ready, I put the flash on the stand. Now I use a suction cup to attach it to the window or any clean surface, but back then I still had a mini tripod to mount the flash. So I put that in the corner closer to the window and then angled it towards the bride's face with the diffuser on. So I don't want to put I didn't want to put the harsh lines of a shadow on her face. And then kind of make some adjustments to aperture setting, shutter speed, and then the strength of the flash. So after multiple experiments and testing, I got this shot. So basically what I'm trying to tell is this is the place she got married. Uh, the venue where she's facing is called the Reagan National Building in DC, uh, where I live. And then uh, it's like I'm trying to connect her memories of her wedding venue and then her getting ready. Even though she's not at the moment, I'm sorry, if since even though she's not at the at the venue for her getting ready portion, still I'm trying to connect those two moments together in one frame. So that was my vision, and then I guess the off-camera flash did a magic for me.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. Love how you connect and really bring out the story of her day, combining the getting ready with having her venue in the photograph. That's awesome.
Very cool.
Sweet. All right. Well, tip number 2 is shutter drag. So let's talk about that.
So shutter drag, I guess a lot of people already know how to do this, but I did it a little differently. Usually people do it with a flash on the camera and like hitting the subject directly from the flash. But I use this flash mounted on my like really light monopod, and
Yeah.
then with the help of oops, sorry about the noise, but with the help of trigger here on the camera, I
Right.
can shoot like this. So I'm gonna invite Miss Venus to our small session here. Uh, Hi everyone, this is Miss
Hi.
Venus.
Welcome.
So usually, if I say Venus is dancing crazy on the dance floor, I
Yeah.
kind of move around and then try to angle my flash to the side, like 45, within the 45 degree between my camera and the flash. So it kind of like, creates the 40, like three-dimensional lighting on the subject rather than just like flat lighting on the face.
Yes.
So and then also, if there's a need, place the another flash on the hot shoe as a master flash, and then this one as a secondary flash. I hate calling it slave flash, so I call it secondary flash. So yeah, um, so you can fill in. Well, I'm sorry, with the flash mounted and then kind of a little bit tilted up to bounce off and then soften the like a light feeling in the face, and then another flash light coming from the side. So it kind of like creates the like 3D, more three-dimensional lighting with a good feeling light on the faces. So for this case, the picture you see, I think I did two flashes, one from the front and the other one from the side. That's why you see, like when you look at the cloth, you can see like shadows created by the flash coming from the side,
Right.
and then also my flash from the camera was directing just to the faces, so it's not really hitting any other areas. And then the shutter speed for this one was around 1/32, um, and then ISO. Usually I stay between 100 and 200, and then aperture is anywhere between f-stop 5.6 to 11. But I try to not to play with the 11 too much nowadays because I see some dust in the pictures, so I try to stay below f8. And then the strength of the flash is sort of around 1/128. With the diffuser on, maybe 1/64. And yeah, and then that's how I take photos on the dance floor. And then I kind of like dance with the, I know I'm kind of being noticeable and then I'm sorry, it's like intrusive, but people really enjoy me going crazy on the dance floor taking photos. So I kind of dance off together with anybody around me, and my intention is to follow the movement of the hands
Right.
and then like their facial expressions. So and then try to find like really nice composition in between the moments. So I constantly like moving my body like a boxer, trying to try to give a jab and then strike, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Nice.
When I see like really nice competition. So when they do like a disco dance or hip hop or swing dance, I wait for the moment and then I kind of spin together or move together to follow their movement. So that's one of the tips how I do better dance photos rather than just like staging myself like steady and then take photos from where my eye level. Sometimes I lay down on the floor to capture the faces, looking down, or I climb up on the like chairs with the cushion removed. I kind of like take it off the cushion from the wooden chair and step on it, try to take photos from the higher angle. Or sometimes I carry a step ladder, like 3-step ladder around the weddings, so I can get some pictures from the higher angle. That moment, I use a different lens, like 50 and above, to get a shot from the higher angle because I need to stay away from the dance floor just to secure my safety.
Right.
And then my second shooter holds my light stick, this one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then just like follow my directions or just follow the main subjects, which is mostly bride and groom, around the dance floor, and then I just like hit the like shutters from time to time. So that's how I take dance photos. Um,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dave Shea's watching from Raleigh, and he asked, you kind of answered this already, but he asked a question: what do you look for as you're choosing your images? And you kind of said you like to follow the movement of the bride and the groom as the main subject. And I know you also watch people's habits. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
so it all starts with the icebreakers that I have with the groom and bride and then wedding party and then parents and then guests as time transitions. So as I make them feel very comfortable, and it means like I'm kind of like leading myself into their comfort zone, where I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone. So I'm kind of like trying to have a different perception, getting out of the comfort zone. We always talk about like, oh, as a creative photographer, you should try staying out of your comfort zone. You know, just but we don't really talk how we can get into their place and get the most like photos with the efficiency of like comfortness and then yeah. So I never had any kind of a set in mind about the like describing how I approach the moment, but it starts from the beginning, even from the like meeting, and then we kind of like have a really nice talk, and then get to know each other, and then on the wedding day, all the guests already know me know of me because the bride and groom have already talked about my style and my approach to everybody.
Right.
So
Right.
they're like really embodying to me, like Ken, you're the Ken. I heard that you're amazing. You like to come closer to the moment. I heard that feel free to stay comfortable, and then we'll do whatever you want us to do. And I'm like, oh, you don't have to do anything for me. Just like just be your stuff, and then have fun, and then we'll come really close to you guys, and then try to take some photos, and then just don't feel awkward. And they're like, we don't already feel awkward. Like I heard that you're amazing guys. So I think
Yeah.
yeah, all they're like looking for is like having me capture amazing moments.
Yeah.
So without awkwardness. So like 9 out of 10 times I shoot, like there's no awkward faces
Right.
from the dance floor. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's awesome.
I know
This
I
whole
kind of took it long to explain it, but it all starts from the icebreaker that I had.
Yeah, it all starts from
Yeah,
developing those
great.
relationships right in the
Yeah,
beginning.
relationship,
I
yes.
love how you described how you do shutter drag on the dance floor because we photograph the same way on the dance floor, and I think it's really awesome for our guests to hear using off-camera flash to do shutter drag because it really does make the photographs that much more captivating. So,
Captivating,
good,
and it captures all the
beautiful,
dynamics.
and yeah,
Yeah, the beauty of the venue. Uh,
absolutely.
yes.
So, great job explaining that, Ken.
Thank you.
All right, so your next tip is to get your flash off camera. So can you please tell us about this photograph?
So, so this is the real moment. It's not staged. I have for this garter retrieval. I went really close. I wanted to go really close to the moment because the groom and bride they're all about the creative ideas, creative composition, creative colors, whatever, creative lighting. So I wanted to kind of stay away from the like our average garter retrieval, the framing. So in order to achieve this photo, I had to talk to the groom, bride, and then the videographer, and then planner, make sure I have already like gained confidence and from them. So with the permission given, um, I really went deep inside of their moment, like this picture shown. So like I think I was like before actually after this moment I went inside of her dress trying to get more of it.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So as you see it, everybody was watching me. I'm thankful to my second shooter who snapped this photo, but this was meant to be part of my clients' memories too. I was really kind of involved with their relationship ever since we met at the wedding show, and then it's like they were really inviting me to be part of their work, part of their lives. So the convincing part was really easy. I was like, hey, the bride's name is Tiffany. Tiffany, can I just come really close to, like, under your dress and then try to take this photo that I'm visioning about? And then she was like, yeah, do whatever you want to do. So just don't get my underwear. So and the groom was like totally fine. Actually, for this the Scottish the costume,
Hmm.
he didn't have his underwear on.
Right.
Yeah, he tried real for like he tried to stay real for like his
Ah,
Scottish costume.
that's awesome. Wow.
So we're like everything has been like all open and undressed. So we're like the vibe was there. Like so I went like using my flash on the smaller flash gun. It's like a little grip that holds the flash on the hot shoe. It's kind of hard to see from the picture, but literally like this portion of my light stick here, yeah, it's like a serves as a gun, and then the flash sits on it. So if you go to Amazon, maybe if you say flash gun or flash holder, flash grip, maybe you can find it. That's what I used, and then I had a ST E3 RT trigger on my camera just to yeah fire the flash from the flash on the hand grip, and and then I had a diffuser on the flash just to just like soften the light around the faces. So if you can show the actual photo,
Yep.
Andy, yes. So usually we have little fear to get closer, but when you get closer to the moment, this is what you capture. So main point was um, not only I wanted to get under her dress to get this moment, but my main point was we always get the pictures from eye level angle, and then like it's been pretty much like cliche for me. So I try to get the different picture for this moment. So I got the safety angles, uh, during the transition, and then I kind of like slide into her dress to get this picture. in order to get the clean background. So as you see, the background is super clean.
Mhm.
Yeah, super clean, and that's what I saw when I was like envisioning about the angle. Um, so I deliver two sets of photos from this moment. One that usually like average. I'm sorry. The ones with the average angles and composition,
Right.
Mhm.
and then this one from like this extraordinary angle.
Amazing.
That's perfect.
Yes.
Really cool. All right, and then this is another uh, dance floor photo
Hmm.
where you used a gel.
Yes.
Right.
So
Tip number 4, gel.
yes. So I'm trying to uh, unveil. It's not my secret. Everybody knows about it, but it's about this application, how you perceive your gadgets, how to use them. So I have all these gels in this packet. I got this from Amazon, and it goes around $15. And what you do is you place this gel on the flash like this with the rubber band that comes together. So it's better to you. And then just do my routine, like lighting the faces right in front of me or any faces I wanna like flash. So so I sprayed this flash, the color gel flashed over the person whose face is stuck in between the groom's leg, and I wanted to capture this is a crazy face in different color,
Hmm.
which was a red that I chose.
Cool.
And then you see there's a blue light coming from the dance. I'm sorry, the band stage.
Yeah.
So it kind of like serves as two different colors in contrast. So it adds a little more crazy vibe and then excitement. And yeah, so imagine if this was taken with a regular like flashlight, the face would have been really kind of, I don't know, just normal.
Mhm.
Even though he's making crazy face, but with the red, it's like it kind of elevates the feeling of the mood, the moment for the viewers, and then of course for the groom and bride, and then the friends around it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
actually, I'm shooting the wedding of the girl in the corner, on the right upper corner,
Nice.
because she really liked my approach. She witnessed all my approach during this wedding, and she was like, "Oh yeah, this is the right guy to capture my crazy New Year's Eve wedding." So I'm
Very
shooting her
cool.
wedding later this year, and then also I won Junebug Best of Engagement for 2018 with her engagement photo.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
nice.
cool.
yeah,
That's
the hair moving crazy on the roller coaster. Yeah, that's her
oh,
in the
awesome.
corner.
Cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. Dave asked made a comment on Facebook, and he said that he loves how you said that you got closer to the moment. He was talking about that the groom under his bride's dress, and how you got in really close, and how you had already had permission because you had established that relationship. So it's really cool to see that comment, and then you talking about how you're going to be photographing uh, somebody at the wedding, because that just shows that relationship you established, that trust you gain, which is so important for you to be able to get these awesome photographs that you're known for.
Yeah.
Yes. So she has already been convinced with my approach, and then there are a couple of the girls around her, and they're also looking into like getting married in a few years. So like I guess I'm in their roster
Yeah, right.
for wedding shoot in near future. But this how it's like a germ spreading, happy germ like spreading around
Happy
the
to.
Happy term. I love
yeah.
that.
It's like
Yeah.
they've been looking for somebody different, like somebody who can like they've been like getting tired of seeing the same photos over and over, and then now they see something different, and then they get excited when they see something different. And then
Exactly.
also I still convince them with the traditional photos I still provide.
Right.
So they have all these like pictures from the traditional angles, but still like I on top of it I provide all these like extraordinary pictures. So
Right.
Exactly.
yeah.
Which takes us to your next photograph, which is extraordinary. Um, And also goes to a question that somebody asked. Shiv, who is from SLR Lounge, is watching, and she had a comment. She wanted to know about how much forethought goes into planning shots. And I know you mentioned a little bit about how most of the time you are very photojournalistic, if we can use that term. So tell us about this moment where you are freezing the movement with your mastery of light, but also this was not a planned moment.
Yes. So all the photos you saw, they were meant to be uh, candid moments. I just like provided that, idea that, I'm going to be really close to the moment, but, they didn't really know what I was looking for. So
Right.
without any doubt, without any just thoughts, they were like, oh, just can come and then do whatever you want to do. So they're in their own moment, and then I'm just there really close by to capture based on my vision. So for this particular photo, I didn't have any expectation or anticipation until I saw like a splash popping out of the water glass. Um, and then instantly I thought like, I want to capture it so bad. That was my instinct. Like I wanted to capture the splash because I've never seen it before.
Yeah.
I wanted to I love pursuing like originality of the photos. So if I shoot this picture, I'll be the original author, right? So because I've never seen the splash from the clinking of the water glass before. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, I have to get it, but I didn't know like what the next step was. But luckily, I had my off-camera flash sitting behind actually in between the two groomsmen. These are the brothers of the groom.
Okay.
And then it was just standing right there to create a backlit of the groom while Bestman was giving a speech earlier. So it was just like remaining standing there, and I was like, I can use that flash. So when I ran to it, actually I jumped over it and then quickly turned the head towards the direction of the flash, and then the best man was still going with the brother of the groom was still going with the clinking of the water glass, and then I stepped back and then like started taking like photos in burst mode, like bam, 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 until I see the groom and bride making kiss. And also another groomsman who happens to be older brother, second younger brother of the groom. He kind of like looked at me and wanted to kind of like give me the look that hey Ken, you're doing something crazy. So we had an eye contact. I was like, dude, don't look at me, just turn your face, like look at the groom and bride. So out of 10 photos, 9 photos, I had this groomsman looking at me, but this one single photo, he turned his face away, I guess, towards the groom and bride. So, and then I received really nice award out of this picture, which is a Fearless Award. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's
Beautiful.
super rad. Love
Yeah.
it. Love your tip number 5 of freezing movements. Should we go on to tip number 6, backlight?
Yeah. Do it.
This photo is super rad, Ken. Tell us about this one.
So I guess that now everybody knows about the trendy like umbrella shot in the rain or having the subject in the rain and capture all these like sparkly raindrops in the moment. But this particular moment is not staged. It's a real moment. So what happened was I noticed that there were people like cooling off outside of the banquet room at this summer wedding, and then and also I noticed that there was like the rain drizzling, and people were actually enjoying it, refreshing from themselves from the heat.
Yeah.
And then I kind of wanted to kind of capture like all these like moments, and then in order to make it, I don't know, different, I put four off-camera flashes. So one on the left side corner, and then one right side corner, and then one behind the groom's head, and one right in front of me, just to capture whatever is being in the frame. So when the groom and groomsmen were outside, try to have some sip of the drinks, I kind of repositioned the lighting just to frame them two together. And then I just clicked the shutter. And then there were a couple of raindrops hitting my lens, and then that created really nice the front element bokeh um, in the picture, and then like luckily over the groom's head. So it kind of like completes the like nice moment captured in maybe different way. Uh, I put the flash. The reason I played, I'm sorry, the reason why I played with the four flash was that I wanted to create the rim lights, the backlit light around everybody's head. So you see, there's a rim light around the like both groom's head, and then a really nice bouquet over the groom's head. So, and they look like I don't know, Italian mafias.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
amazing. They look cool. It's really cool. Yes.
Look really cool.
Really cool.
Yeah.
So, and that's really interesting, like how you even, in this moment, you're capturing this moment, but like in your mind, you're thinking, what's the
Yeah.
best way to capture this moment? So,
Yeah. That's why the picture itself is not perfect because like I'm looking for the moment, but at the same time I can really complete the perfect composition there because they keep moving,
yeah,
talking to like people. So I just keep pressing my shutter, and I was able to frame everybody, like those three dudes in the frame. But still, like I have one of the groomsmen's body like cut really bad on the left side. But still, it is what it is. That's what I was provided to take, photos. So
right.
yeah,
And
I do my best without interfering their moment. Yeah.
yeah, that's so great. And
That
I
is.
think that's really great advice, and something that we can all, take away from that is it's really about what are you there for? You're there for capturing the moments and treasuring the memories that are important to them. And what a great memory that they now have of, the groom and some of his guys hanging out in the rain. They can remember that refreshing moment. And, they don't care about the most perfect composition, do they?
Yeah, I just want to add maybe one more tip. I guess it's my thinking process.
Yeah.
Uh, when you stage your client for pictures, what they remember is just being staged.
Right.
Hmm.
I mean, they'll be excited when they see the actual photos, but they don't really feel themselves being in the moment.
Yeah.
But when you're using the same concept, like same technique for the real moments, they still enjoy their real moments, and that's what they like serves as a part of their memories from the wedding day, and without having any intrusive moment coming from the photographer or anyone else. So and they'll be like amazed when they see actual photo taken in very creative way without staging them. This is what they really wonder about, and this is what they really love about my work because
Hmm.
I know I stage my clients from time to time for portraits and stuff, but
Right.
this is what I'm really aiming for. This is what I'm really looking for to serve my clients better, to preserving their memories in my creative way rather than preserving their staged moment in my way. I don't want to be in their like life forever. Only my pictures serve their memories.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's beautiful, Ken.
Great. Awesome work. Amazing advice. And we really appreciate you being with us. So we've had you for about 30 minutes, and I know we said we were going to go about 30 minutes with you. So we chatted a little bit before we went live with you about some of the educational opportunities that people have coming up to catch you teaching, actually, and you are all over the globe. So possibly Brazil in August, you're going to be at the Fearless Conference in Puerto Rico in November. So really want to encourage everybody to go to that one in particular and really support the good people of Puerto Rico by attending that conference and dropping some cash in Puerto Rico. It's going to be really cool.
It is.
And then you have a conference coming up in Portugal.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah. So this particular group in Brazil, they're trying to throw a big conference in Portugal for the first time, and I was invited to be one of the main speakers to speak at their first conference in Portugal. Brazil, Portugal, they speak the same language, so. But I don't speak Portuguese, so if Amy speaks Portuguese, maybe I can invite you over. And then Andy can piggyback.
Yeah, I'll just hang
I
out
don't know.
and pretend I know what I'm saying.
But I'm very honored to speak there as one of the main speakers, and also I have another opportunity coming later. So if you can check my Instagram and website, I can keep you updated with all the announcements that I'm having.
Awesome. And we will we'll link those in the comments. But Ken Pak Photography is kenpak.com, and your Instagram is Ken Pak Photography, PA.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes.
yeah, we want to before we head out, we want to remind everybody, don't forget to submit for the SLR Lounge awards, slrlounge.com/awards. You have till the end of the month for the May awards, and check out the winners from April. There were some just fantastic photographs this round with some great photographers. And again, thanks so much, Ken. We look forward to seeing you at Fearless in November, if not before. And thanks again, man. Really appreciate your time.
Yes. Have a
My
beautiful
pleasure. Thank
day.
you so much. Yeah, I'm very honored. Even though I came from like 3 back-to-back weddings this past weekend, I try to stay conscious, and then I'm still recovering from 3 weddings. But I hope everybody enjoyed my talk.
Yeah.
And then feel free to ask anybody at SLR Lounge or directly to Andy and Amy, or maybe directly to me. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you guys have.
Awesome.
Awesome.
You rock. Thanks so much, Ken.
Thank you.
You too.
Yeah, you guys rock too.